Good day, friends. It is me, HLModTech, and behind me here we've got the Tech A10M printer. I've been printing a lot of cool things with it since I upgraded the firmware to build 494. Friends, I've got something strange going on in my mind with the mixer, so I'd like to share it with you and see if you can help me out. So let's get cracking. All right, friends, so here's what we've got. One of the awesome things about this firmware is when you print from media, it does long names and they scroll because of what Vert added. So see how that didn't fit? Now it scrolls all the way across. Now I want to find a special one I just made that prints two of these little rings at once. There it is. It's got the X2 after it, and you can see how valuable it is to have that scroll. So that's one awesome thing I like. I'm going to hit print. It gives you a double check. Do you really want to? I'm going to hit print again. So when I printed with the stock firmware, once the bed heated up, I could go in the mixer, and if I changed the settings, it would stick. If I change the settings right now, they wouldn't stick for the mixer. So now that this firmware is added, even if I change it after this heats up, it cancels out. And I'll show you that, and then I'll show you how to adjust it. All right, so here you can see that the bed is heated, and now it's heating the hot end. So I'm going to go in, and usually I would play with the mixer and make a gradient, but for the sake of this experiment, let me just show you by toggling the mix. So it's currently at 100, 0. If I toggle, it's at 0, 100. I'm going to go back to main, back to the info screen, and you can see that the mix is 0, 100. But as soon as this finishes heating up, you'll see that it automatically, when it homes to the corner of the bed, switches back to 100, 0. All right, friends, so there it is. It's still 0, 100, just heated up. You can hear the printer moving. It's going to that front corner before it gets ready to print, and boom, it's going to switch. There it is. Now, I wanted to print a sweet gradient anyway, so I'm going to go down and show you how I set that up. Mixer, and I'm going to go to gradient, and I want to do T0 to T1. I could change those if I wanted. And then I'm going to set the heights. Now, this is kind of fun. I know my ring is 9 millimeters high, so I'm going to have it change at 1.2, so that way it gets 4 layers in. And then I'm going to subtract 1.2 from that 9 and have it stop at 7.8 so that it actually evens out and ends up being a cooler print. Now, the interesting thing I found out about this yesterday is when I left it in, the rest of my prints, without powering it off, had the same gradient. And that used to cancel out with the stock firmware. So then these cool little rings are going to print, and they'll have a sweet gradient, and the project will turn out pretty sweet. But it still doesn't help me understand why I can set it, and it cancels out right at that main screen. Alrighty, friends, so I was at that point in the video and I said, hey, what if it is the settings that I'm sending to the printer? So let's do printer and manage printers, and let's check my startup code for the A10M. If we do machine settings, and I'll stretch this down so we can see all the code, you can see that I have got 2 G92s that set my extruder to 0. And then I've also got the code for all my virtual extruders. I'm wondering if that could be what's resetting it. I'm also confused because the next print I run keeps those mixed settings print after print after print, no matter what I switch to, and I'll actually show you that in the next part of the video as well. So hopefully showing this will spark something for somebody so I can get a confirmation or maybe a better idea of what I should have added there. So here is a quick time lapse of the rings I printed, and it'll be followed by a snake that I print without changing any settings. Alrighty friends, so here is the awesome little ring that printed with the red, orange, and yellow. This is the white Flexi Fish. I also had a Flexi Rex that I used with the same settings, and in the video you saw that I had the cute little snake that had the orange and yellow as well. So I found that the settings are persistent between prints, but for some reason they're not persistent when I sent them before the hot end starts. So I'm really not sure if it's because of my code or something in the firmware. Either way, I do love how cool these are turning out, and it's pretty fun to be able to instantly hit your mixer and come up with a new combination. Alrighty friends, so if you found the video interesting or useful, please make sure you give it a like. And of course, if you have any solutions or tips for me, make sure you add them in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, and last but not least, hit that notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new video from me, HLModTech. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.